Hi everyone, it's Natalie again with another video. For those who don't know me, I am the founder of The Soul Journey. I'm a spiritual teacher, healer, guide, coach, clairvoyant, intuitive. I don't know if you can hear my cat, but she's very enthusiastic these days. Um, yeah, and I post videos on just different topics of spirituality, what that even means. I do interviews with different guests, and right now I have a series going on, and the series is all about fear and what actually is fear and how we can what can we do with it? How can we liberate our body from it? How can we go from a place of disempowerment to empowerment? So if anything resonates, just go to my channel and just go through the videos that I post. If you have any questions, you can reach out. Reach out. I am hopefully I'm not intimidating, and hopefully you can reach out. Yeah. So in this video, I want to talk to you guys about something that I've been repeating over and over again for a little while, and the concept kind of just got a little bit more clearer over the past maybe a couple weeks. And um what I help people with is finding themselves. And so what does that mean? It means that when we grow up in a family setting, in a social setting, we get influenced a lot by our parents, our peers, our teachers. If you're in sports, coaches, teammates, which it's not necessarily bad. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but along the way, if we're a type of person, and I'm going to use myself as an example, I wasn't really confident. So I would tend to grab on to other people around me. I didn't really know what interested me. So I would just kind of go, okay, this seems interesting because some people are doing it. So I would just go that route because a lot of people were doing it and I thought it was cool. So just to kind of get that social validation, I would go where I would see a lot of people. So for me, that was accepted. Um, and a lot of people are like that. And even big leaders, big confident people, they still deal with stuff. So during that time, we're very as kids are very malleable, so they can be molded into different uh people and kind of gathered that person's energy, which is not necessarily their own. So that goes on all throughout childhood, adolescence, and adulthood, or until we hit a wall like me, or a wall or a rock bottom. And then once we hit that rock bottom or that wall and we can't live like that anymore, then we fall into the road of self-discovery. And the road of self-discovery forces us to kind of dig deeper and to let go and really dismantle everything, any pattern, any perception that we have, that we had, that's not ours. And so and that's what I do. I help people to dismantle all the big monuments, the big statues that's built around them, that's not theirs, that's not yours, that's not mine. And to really go into the core of the being and get that out, get all those. She's agreeing too. And get the I forgot where I was going with this. Oh, get those potent ingredients that make you you. And this is her. Um, and so during that process, what happens is we find who we are, there's so many different ways to explain that process, to coming back home, finding your heart, connecting to your heart, whichever label that suits you, whichever word game that best goes with your vibration is you use that, and it's completely fine. How I see it and how I feel it is that we find frequency. You find your frequency. Frequency, vibration. All Everybody's vibration is unique, as it's as unique as our fingerprint. We we all have different fingerprints. We all have a different frequency, a different vibration. And that makes us us. That makes you you. That it makes you unique. So where we get tripped up and hung up is when we try to vibe or vibrate like another person. And when I mean vibrate is as soon as you kind of subscribe to another person's idea, if it resonates with you and if it's part of you and who you are, that's completely fine. But if you're in the still in your big sculpture, in your big monument, in your big statue, that's not you, that's not truly you, then your vibration, it gets I can hear something too. I can hear stuff too. So, and usually when it's not in alignment, it's like a like a static scratchy sound in my ear. So and that's what I hear when you're not in. And I could describe this in another way, and I'll use this is this as an example. Let's say you're listening to the radio, and there's no you're trying to find a radio station. Let's say you're 94.5. If you're set on 94.5, that's what you're going to hear. You're not going to hear 96.9 if you're 94.5. You have to physically change the dial to change the frequency that is the right one for 96.9. There are times where we search for a radio station and nothing. That just means that you're not in the right vibe, you're not in the right frequency. So in this time right now, it is so important that we find our frequency, that we find our vibration, that we find our uniqueness. It's so important, and that's what I help people do. Regardless if it's me, if it's somebody else, do the best you can and put the work in trying to associate and deassociate yourself, associate with who's you, what do you like, who are you, and deassociate yourself with ideologies of other people outside yourself. We live in a world where there's an abundance of information, and again, it's not bad, but it's not good either, because we can latch on and we can, it's a bit tricky because we'll start to pay attention to other people more than paying attention to ourselves. So I encourage you today, tomorrow, whenever, to ask yourself, who am I? What do I like? Am I happy with my life? Where would I want to go? What would I want to do? Who am I? And that's a question that I ask often when I have people within my services. And within just 1 hour, I am never, I'm always amused. I'm always impressed how that question, the answer evolves. So as soon as you ask yourself that question, your body's going to start moving. It's going to start vibrating differently, because you're showing your call it your soul, call it your energy, call it divine intelligence, that you're actually listening, and that you're paying attention, and that you want to know. You want to know who you are. You want to know. You want to tune in. You want to connect. So that's it. That's it for my little video, along with my cat putting in her 2 cents. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, any comments, please don't hesitate. I'm here, and I'll see you guys next time.